Welcome to E360 TV, the live streaming and on-demand destination for influential voices and enlightened audiences. We offer trending, grassroots, and purpose-driven content across a diverse range of interests. E360 TV is more than just watching programs. We offer the ability to interact with live shows connecting audiences to real, authentic influencers and storytellers while streaming to millions of devices. Real experiences. Raw conversations. One destination for it all. E360 TV.
We are having an event February 24th to the 26th in the beautiful city of Miramar Cultural Center, only 25 minutes away from Miami. Founder Kessa Guden and Commissioner Maxwell B. Chambers of the city of Miramar is putting on a huge event called a Global Awakened Summit and VIP Gala. We would love for you to be there. This is an event you don't want to miss. We have over 35 speakers, each speaker's worth ranging from $3,000 to see them live in person. But at the Global Awakened Summit, you can get your ticket now for only $97. Call 725-200-1773 now or on our website. We look forward to seeing you there. www.globalawakenedevents.com.
Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode of Fem Talk, and Happy New Year, everybody. It is a new year. We have a new look on Fem Talk. So listen, without further ado, you know I don't do this alone. I'm going to bring in the ladies of Fem Talk. We have Brandy the Disconnector.
What's up?
What's up, Brandy? We have Shima She Talks.
Hello, everybody. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. And we have Melissa Mimi Girl Bossed Up.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. So, listen, everybody out there in the comments, tell us if you like our new backgrounds. I'm manifesting my library in my new home. All right. So this is my library, everybody.
My home's going to have an atrium in it with fresh plants and a water source. And it's just going to be a very peaceful Zen place for me.
I love it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if I had to go in a house setting, it has to be outside of all this beautiful water. So I look like I'm always on vacation.
I love it. And you guys know that is the travel queen right there. She is the travel queen. Tell us about your background, Mimi.
And I am in a she shed. It's my she shed.
Yes. And if you guys have been following, you know that Girl Bossed Up also has a designer side to it. So if you are looking to have your home refreshed for the new year and you want some new designs in your home, you need to reach out to Girl Bossed Up, Mimi Melissa Simmons over there.
I'll be reaching out later on this year.
I love it.
I'm not a homemaker.
I love it, Brandy. I love it. All right, everybody. So you know how we do. We are still going to give you hot topics here. So Brandy, what is our hot topic for this evening?
Well, tonight we are going to be discussing the young man, Damar Hamlin. We were watching Monday Night Football last night, and the young man performed a tackle, stood up, and collapsed. It turns out that he had went into cardiac arrest, and they were able to revive him. He's currently in critical condition right now at a local hospital, as far as I know, last I heard. But in addition to that, of course, all of us that saw it immediately began praying for that young man. But there was one person in particular that a lot of people are very sore with right now by the name of Skip Bayless. I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with the name, but him and Shannon Sharp has a show called Undisputed that typically comes on just about every day. And they discuss the happenings of the NFL. And Bayless was basically quoted via a tweet. No doubt the NFL is considering postponing the rest of this game, but how? This late in the season, a game of this magnitude is crucial to the regular season outcome, which suddenly seems so irrelevant. So a lot of people are very angered by that because nobody's worried about this game right now. We are worried about that young man making a full recovery. We're praying for him and his family and those that are affected. His teammates were devastated when this happened. They realized how severe what was going on was. So he did come back and apologize if his tweet was taken out of context, which obviously it was, because Shannon Sharp did not show up to do that broadcast today with him. Wow. So you guys already know I'm going to continue to pray for the young man and his family, and F that game. I don't care if they don't redo that game or not.
That's right. That's right. Thank you for that, Brandy. Definitely everybody keep that young man in your prayers. And listen, where's the humanity here? We talk about this a lot, right? When we talk about hot topics, but where is the humanity? Like, some things are just not important. We have a young man who's struggling with his health, who collapsed at a game. Why is the game important? Football will go on later, right? Let's find out what's happening with this young man, be there for his family and for the teammates who are actually concerned about him, and not worry about the game of football. Football will happen, everybody out there. So to that announcer, that host of that show, cool it a little bit, right? Where's your human side here? There has to be more concern about people.
But I would also like to commend the teams, because those coaches and those teams, both teams came together and supported one another. And it looked at first as if they were going to get back to trying to get back to the game. Then they all just say, you know what? Nah, we're not doing this. And honestly, I think it's because of their decision that they did not try to force the issue last night. And I'm glad that they did it. I'm glad that they showed camaraderie. I'm glad that they showed that there still is a human element, even in a business such as the NFL, which, again, to me, it's baffling that anybody had the idea that it was going to happen anyways, the game, that is. But I commend those teams for coming together and knowing what's what.
Yeah. And I also commend Fox was showing it was on Fox affiliate, and the commentators, even the team in New York, they were 100% speaking like, forget the game. Nothing matters right now but this young man's health. So even though, there was, Skip, he missed it. Many didn't. And on top of that, the young man has a amazing fundraiser he was doing for young children, and the word, as people were Googling who he was and everything, he had raised up until yesterday just a few thousand. His fundraiser has gone up to $4 million because of the outreach and the care and concern so many people had for him and still have for him. The prayers are going up from everyone. So nothing but prayers and healing for him. And even though there are, unfortunately, always the unfortunate who may not say the right thing, many did do the right thing. So kudos to those who did do the right thing, who are still praying for him, who are still looking out for him. His best friend showed up immediately. He was not at the game, and he showed up. He's at the hospital with him, his family. His mother was in the stands. I cannot imagine
being a
mother and watching this happen. Yesterday, earlier today, I got a call that my son had COVID, and I was ready to run and be at his side. And I know that's manageable, so in no comparison, I can't, but just the thought of how I felt just with my son having COVID. I
Yeah.
can't imagine my son sitting there and I'm watching this unfold.
Absolutely.
Thank God she was there. Thank God she went in the hospital. She was in the ambulance with him. So, just all the love and support he can have, just keep on praying for him. It is still critical condition. The last report is that he's still sedated, trying for his body to heal via that process. So just keep your prayers and everything up for the young man.
Amen. Amen.
Most
All
definitely.
right. Yeah. All right, you guys. So we're going to shift the conversation. But again, as Mimi just said, make sure that you continue to pray. Everybody, that's the most important thing that we can do for this young man. So listen, we have a guest here. She is an absolute powerhouse. Her name is Aarionna Hamilton. And listen, everybody, I met her on Clubhouse, right? I went into her room one day and I was like, who is this young lady talking? And I just kept going back because I was like, everything that she was sharing and giving, it was absolutely amazing. And it was speaking to my spirit. And I was like, I got to keep going in these rooms because I need to hear what else she has to say. I need to hear what else she has to say. And then I got up on stage to speak as well. But I mean, listen, she's a powerhouse. So if you are looking to get your mindset right for this 2023, it is now January 3rd. So you have all year to get it together. Whatever it is that you want to do. If you want to write that book, build that business, get a promotion on your job, whatever it is that you are looking to do, you need to get your mindset right first. And I'm telling you, she is absolutely here for it. So Aarionna is a mom of 4, a wife, and a minister. She began her journey after battling depression and suicidal thoughts for 5 years. During this time, she suffered from lack of identity in who she was and what she wanted for her life. Through many nights of tears and prayer, one day she had a true encounter with God and realized that if she was still here, she still had a purpose. From that day, began her journey of tapping into her true purpose and gaining clarity on what she was called to do and building the business she always desired. Aarionna is a powerful motivational speaker. Ding on that one. Yes, she is. Clarity coach, successful entrepreneur, business strategist, and mentor. She began Freedom Riders, and we're going to talk about why she chose that name too, to provide coaching that helps aspiring and current entrepreneurs achieve authentic success in their business and in their life. This coaching is designed to provide you with the roadmap, to success that ensures no matter what happens, you can always get back on track. That's the reset, y'all. That's the reset. All right. We're going to play a commercial really quickly. Do not go anywhere, everybody. I'm telling you, you do not want to miss this conversation. And I'm actually going to bring up something that I just saw her do on live too, because it was so powerful. I had to scribe. I take notes when I'm like everywhere, y'all. So just hold on, everybody. Hold on to your seats, because when we come back, I want you to give her a virtual round of applause, and then we are going to get into this conversation. Here we go, everybody. Here we go. And we are back. So everybody out there, give a virtual round of applause for Aarionna.
I love it. Hello.
Hello. So we're going to let some comments up on the screen. That is my beautiful mom saying good evening, ladies, and happy new year. We've got Aaron Washington, the Freedom Coach. Love Aarionna. That's right. You're going to hear this. And everybody who does not know her will know her from the show tonight. And I'm sure you're going to get a lot of people coming into your social media. I'm just gonna put you at the top here, my dear. Put you at the top. Yes.
Yes, front and center. Let's do this.
Yes. So listen, I'm gonna start off with the first question. Why is it so important for people to get their mindset right? I mean, we're at the top of the year now. Why is it so important for people to do this?
Okay, I gotta pace myself because I'm on such a high already that this was a setup. I feel like y'all set me up because I'm already on a high. Oh, why is it so important? Listen, I'm gonna start here. Every time we get into the beginning of the year, we get into these vision boards, and I remember one year I was like doing the vision board thing. I actually spoke at like a vision board event, and again, I'm a mindset expert. I know that's what God called me to do is mindset. And what I realized was we were setting these goals, but we weren't becoming the person to obtain the goal. And so year after year after year, everybody gets together. Let's do a vision board party. And I'm here for it. Listen, let me say this. I am not a vision board hater. Okay, guys, I love them. But what good is it if you're not going to commit to becoming the person? Yeah. So the reason why mindset has to be, it's not even a question. It's not a maybe. It is top priority for me. And I think it should be top priority for everybody because you have to decide to become the woman or the man that is actually going to walk in that destination, in the manifestation of that vision. That's why we don't see our visions come to pass because we're not working on mindset. We're not thinking about, okay, if I want to, let's just say one thing I know a lot of people do is, I want to buy a home. But you're mentally not ready to own a home. You're mentally not mindset ready, money mentality to own a home. So you find when people don't make mindset a priority, they find a lot of devastation and disappointment.
I have a confession. I am a vision board hater, but it's only because the board is never big enough for what I want to put on it. So I have a vision wall in my house.
Yeah. Oh, that's good, Brandy. That's good.
But that's so true. Like I was just on the phone with my mentor before this, and then we were talking about how like I was trying to gear myself up for the end of the year, right? Like here, I'm like, okay, I'm writing my goals. Y'all, when I tell you I couldn't write nothing, I was like, this is weird. But to your point, Brandy, it's so much bigger than a board that it can't hold the capacity of where I'm trying to go in my life anyway. And I'm more focused on who do I need to become to get there. People have to remember when it comes to mindset, if you were already ready for it, you would have it.
Well, say that again. Say that again. Please say it again.
If you were already ready for it, you would have it.
Yeah.
So we've been so fixated on external things that we haven't dealt with the internal person, the internal man, that mindset. And that's where I start. That's where I live. That's where I love. Because if I get your mind free, there's no limits to what you can have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And let's talk about this too. Why is it so important to continue to build your mindset, right? Because people feel like, because I know all of us here are into self-development, right?
Right.
Absolutely.
But, it's not a one and done thing. So talk about why it's important to continue, to keep going.
Well, so with my coaching, I love the fact that the way God anointed me to do it is to bring biblical principles. So here's the thing. The Bible is very big on mindset. People don't realize it, but the Bible is very big on mindset. First scripture that I tell you why it's so important. God himself said, renew your mind daily. Why would he tell us to renew our mind daily if it wasn't an essential piece of this puzzle of life? Right.
That's right.
So the reason why it's a constant thing, number one, is because God already said it. Renew your mind daily. That's why. Number two, think about all you dealt with this today. Think about all you thought about just for today. And you tell me you're not going to focus on mindset every day. Listen, by the end of the night, I'm tired. I want to turn my brain off. I need a shutdown. I need to unplug. I need a detox. Like all of the things just for one day.
Yeah.
Right.
So then when the Bible says, cast your cares, take no thought for tomorrow, the reason why it's so important to do mindset every day so that you can take no thought for tomorrow, because tomorrow has its own worries.
That's right.
On a mindset perspective, what we do is we take everything that we dealt with mentally today, Then we take it into tomorrow. Then we take it into the next day. Y'all remember that meme where it's like the woman walking from year to year with baggage? Y'all know what I'm talking about? It's like the bag lady, and she's going, that's a mentality though.
Yeah.
We thought it was people and places. No, she's carrying the same mindset from year to year and not getting nowhere.
That part.
So if you're not doing it daily, then I listen, 2023 gonna look the same as 2022.
That's right. Die to yourself every day, right?
Every day.
Yeah.
Every day.
Ooh, that's good.
And then learning, like, what does it look like for you to renew your mind daily? And I don't think we've taught that properly for like believers in business and for like, how do I renew my mind? That's how I came to where I am today. Was, you know, like you read in my intro, when I went through that 5 years of depression, I believe the scriptures. That's one thing about me. Like, I think they're like, this is law. So when it said, when it says renew your mind daily, I was like, God, how you do that? I don't understand. And when I got out of that, I wrote a workbook, you guys, 21 Days to Mental Freedom. And it's a realistic way to teach you how to do it every single day. Because the principles of mindset are practical. They're not hard. And, you know, no shot. I don't know why I said, okay, no shot. But it's not just, let me meditate and yoga. And no. You got to be intentional.
Exactly. You got to change some of them habits, some of them thoughts, some of them people you hanging out around, because you are the equivalent of the 5 people you hang around the most. So you hanging around a bunch of folks that are always complaining, always in the middle of drama, you're going to get sucked in too, one way or another. Either you're going to get sucked into their drama, or you're going to bring drama into your life, into your physical life, whether it's the people you deal with. Man, I'm the disconnected for a reason. I help you disconnect from them family members, them so-called friends, and understand what Coach Aarionna got for you.
Do the meditation thing, but what you don't understand is you can get silent for a minute, but if you're going back into the noise, it don't matter.
That's
Fun exercise though.
So talk about, you know, how to quiet that busy mind, or to shut out the noise, right? That's happening around you.
So now we can bring in a lot of the stuff, the tools that we use. So like journaling, definitely your circle. I'm really big on circle. Like, listen, I got a top 5 that can't be touched. Okay. My top 5 is solid, 10 toes deep. Like, we in this. Like, I know, like, your mentality. So your mindset is the way you think. Mentality is your environment. That's how you're right. So understanding that, now let's bring in some of these things like affirmations and journaling. You know, I hate when people teach affirmation just say this. No, that's not it. One way that I really use to reset the mind, detox the mind is first of all, you gotta be very honest. People are afraid of their truth. And I always tell people, and Tracy, you can vouch, I say, you gotta be honest. The only way to freedom in your mind is being very honest. Right. So for instance, let's take affirmations. I remember my sister was like, I mean, I know you do the mindset thing and stuff and affirmations, but is affirmations just writing things down, you know, that you like to say? I said, no. And that's why people be frustrated, because they stand in the mirror every day. I'm going to be great. But you don't believe it. And so you can say a whole bunch of stuff, but if you really don't believe it, see, belief triggers action. Belief will trigger you to do something different. Belief will trigger you to get the answer. Belief will trigger you to grind, whatever it is. So with affirmations, how I use it to reset my mind is, I think I go into, what am I insecure about? The things I don't tell nobody about, that I'm thinking when somebody tells me, oh, Aarionna, you should do this. And I'm like, yeah, girl, I should. And really in my mind, I'm like, I don't know. That feels scary. Let me tell you, that's when you go get you an affirmation that says, I can do all things through Christ who strengthens me. Fear and doubt don't live in my house, don't live in my mind. We're using wonderful tools incorrectly. I use journaling to dump. I use journaling to get it out. I use journaling to have a conversation, not ritualistic. We have to be careful not to make mindset practice ritualistic. It should be
you speaking my language.
Yes. And I love that you said that too, because when you make it ritualistic, it's so automatic that you don't even really believe it anymore, right? It just comes out automatically, right?
Yep. And without belief, nothing manifests. So everybody's like manifestation. I'm like, y'all ain't manifesting nothing though. Stop saying it, because you're deterring people, because you're not manifesting nothing, because it's a belief system.
Yeah.
When I work with people on mindset, I got to deal with your belief system, because what you post on social media, that's cute. The quotes you tag, and that's all great. If you don't believe them, baby, that's just a really good facade that you done put up.
Yeah.
And then when we look at your background of your life, see, I want to be who I really say I am, who I really post to say I am. If I post it, I want it to be my fact and my truth.
Yeah.
That's right.
So if I have any insecurities or doubts, that's where affirmation comes in. Why? You should be affirming the areas that you feel weak in. Not this whole, I'm going to be a millionaire. Okay, you believe you're going to be a millionaire, but that's not where that's not affirming anything. You get what I'm saying? I need to reaffirm myself in the areas that I feel weak. A lot of people struggle with mindset because they don't want to be honest.
That's a good one.
You know, you really said.
Go ahead, Shima.
You said that a lot of people struggle with mindset because they don't want to be honest with themselves, and they don't want to face the truth. I remember doing an exercise where we had to write letters to people and ask them what they thought of us and our relationship. And one of my friends was so adamant, not only not to respond, she didn't want to respond how I show up in her life. She said, "Why would you ever want to do that? I want to know if I'm showing up well in the lives of the people that I love and love me and spend time with." And it shocked me that I would say she was adamant. She does not want to know that. And people are okay with living in the shadows.
The shadows are fine as long as you don't actually intend on doing anything with this so-called life that we have.
But even if
your purpose can't be discovered in the shadows.
Living in the dark forever,
it's comfortable.
Yeah.
And
it's false comfort. It's a fake safe place.
And people, before I fight and struggle and discomfort, I'm going to run back to my comfort place. Even if it's toxic, even if it's bad, even if it's unhealthy. Why? Because it's familiar. It's almost like that saying, I don't know the saying, y'all could correct me. It's like, I'd rather fight with the demon I know than the one I don't, or something like that. You know that saying they have? But here's what people don't realize. You were already created with everything you need to accomplish everything you want. See, God is not a person who dangles things in our faces. And that's what people try to make it seem like. Like the fact that each one of us on here have a vision, people like to, like it's not, he doesn't dangle vision in your face. If he gave you a vision, if you have a vision for your life, then it's already done. It's already there. You have to walk the journey. Because people are so afraid of the journey because they don't know what it's going to look like. They don't know, am I going to make it? And they don't have belief, all this other stuff. So I'll sit in toxicity because I know it. So because I know it, it doesn't matter if it's making me miserable. It doesn't matter if it's making me depressed. I know it and I know how to handle it. I know how to cope with it. That's why I don't really like coping mechanism, because I feel like it's a way to keep you comfortable.
Slap down.
It keeps you sick. If I don't want to cope with something that I have the ability to overcome, absolutely
right.
I think when you talk everything you was talking about, Coach Aarionna, is it refers to, and I was just talking to my son about it, and I often mention this because when I got this revelation, for me, it opened up everything. Was people, to your point, change is painful. People don't like pain, but pain is a catalyst to true change and true victory.
Yes. Yep.
When you look at anything you go through in life that produces a level of pain, exercise, it could be, it could be growth. I remember when my son was growing, his bones, he said, "Mommy, my bones hurt." Because the pain of growth came, what was in action, but it was bringing forth a positive outcome. Healing process, when people are healing, the pain of healing, if you ever had a surgery, that what that means in terms of that pain of the healing, your muscles coming back together. People don't want to go through that experience, and that's why they rather stay, because there's an actual physical feel. Even if it's emotional, if you focus on it, you can see where that pain is coming from, where you harbor your stress, where you harbor that activity that's causing you internal pain and external pain, whatever that is. And I think that's what people are running for. That's why they don't want to look back at the pain of why they think why they have a low self-esteem. The pain of, I remember, the pain that I went through when I used to hear my, people in my family call me names. People don't want to revisit that pain in order to go for it. And that's why they get stuck. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's an active, like, okay, I don't want to go through pain, but they know if I go there, it's going to hurt. So that's that comfort, that, because in their mindset, to your point, it is so comfortable for me to sit here and do nothing. That it means to revisit that pain in order to go forward. And I think that people may, come to terms with that, now, that kind of the rubber meets the road kind of saying. When they come to terms, it's worth it to go through that pain. I think you'll see, to your point, people going into this mindset change, because it's all in the mind.
And I'd rather have the pain of failure and knowing I tried than the pain of regret, because you can't go back and fix regret. Regret is just what it is.
Failure, you can always recover. And failure is interesting to me. I'm really big on definitions. And when it comes to mindset, what you learn is that nobody's really going by Webster's definition. We're going by our perception. So failure, I did a speaking engagement and I had like 4 people tell me what failure is to you. Everybody's definition was different, because failure is not real. It is something you make up in your mind. Then when they told me their definition, I said, okay, well, how can you stop it from happening? Well, I could do da-da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so just do that. I said, okay, and then if you do that, right, and it doesn't work, do you lack the ability to recover? Can you not start over? Can you not pivot? And they're like, well, no, I can't. I said, so then failure just really doesn't exist. It's just something we tell ourselves, because we have to understand the way our body works and our brain works is when we experience pain, the brain is created to try to find something to fix it, right? So as soon as pain shows up, and the body does not know you breaking your toe from a broken heart, it just knows pain. Your mind just knows pain, right? So the way God created us is, okay, when you feel pain, boom, the brain tries to fix it. And so that's natural. But what you have to do is sit down and say, let me pull my emotions so that I move in wisdom. We were not taught emotional control. We were taught to either cope, which is half the problem. We were taught to sit in, which is another problem, or we were taught to ignore. But we were not taught emotional control. How do I shut my emotions down so that my mind can operate at optimal capacity?
Melissa, where your bell at? Where your bell at, girl? Where your bell at?
I know. Where my bell? I'm getting it.
Lord.
So, and really quickly, I don't want to take it off, but God said, I created you in my image and my likeness.
All yours.
I'm sorry. He said he thought it, spoke it, and it happened. We created his image and his likeness, and you telling me we going year after year making the same vision board? Absolutely not. I'm not making one. Don't sign me up. I'm not coming. Don't invite me to the party, because we're out of character. Because we're in emotions. God didn't move in emotions. Oh,
that's good stuff.
I told y'all it was gonna happen. I told y'all it was gonna happen.
And I heard TD Jake saying that one day too. He was talking about how you have to move your emotions to the side and go back into your logical mind.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
Your
right.
logical mind is where all the fun stuff happens.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, girl, that's good stuff. See, this is what I told y'all. I told you.
And you
So-
know, and
Go
this
ahead,
the
Mimi.
point on failure. Into your and you know, I don't think people embrace, because to your point, failure, we give it such a negative connotation. But failure is just truly steps to success. You through failure is discovery. And it's that opportunity to say, oh wow, this is not how you do it. Because you know, like anything else, if you're able to eliminate what doesn't work, then when you get what work, it gets you faster to what works. You know, and I don't think anybody ever sees it that way. They just see failure as, you know, something negative, because one day somebody said, oh, you know, you're a failure, and made that, you know, such a negative statement. But
Yeah, wear that as a badge of honor. I failed so many times. I lost count, but like, here's what I realized in my late 20s. The faster I fail, the faster I'll figure it out. I still got my parents. If I fall completely on my ass, if I need somewhere to live, I still got food. I still got shelter. I will figure it out. And my husband's like, you're not going to do that. We going to figure it out together, because we ain't moving back to our parents' house. And we've been figuring it out ever since.
Yeah. I say this. I say fail fast and get up faster. Like, just
Right.
That's right.
do it wrong quick. Get it wrong, because it really is teaching you, like you said, Melissa. Okay, so this is how I do it. People are so afraid of failure, and they don't understand it's your fear of failure that is keeping you from your destiny. Just fail, because you don't know what's right or wrong. Just do it so you can see. It's a teacher.
Yeah, and that's it. And I remember being on your Clubhouse, and I've been saying this to these ladies and even just other people, but I had to realize, like, okay, I wasn't where I needed to be. Right, my foundation had leaks in it, but I wouldn't have known that if I didn't fail at something. Right, I wouldn't have known what I need to fix. The other thing I wanted to say, because Miss Melissa talked about the negative connotation on words, there's a lot of the English language, right, based on societal views, and I'm putting on my air quotes, that are determined to be negative. However, if you really, like you said, I'm into definitions. If you really look at the definition, they're not negative, like the word selfish, or you know what I mean? But just all these words out there that people put a negative connotation in because it's up here.
Yes.
Yeah. They don't.
And that's why you have to deal with the mind. Yeah. That's why you have to deal with that mentality and that mindset. And it's a lot of unlearning to learn.
Yes.
And back to one of your questions, Tracy, why is it important to do it every single day? Because your mindset is a two-part thing. I'm unlearning something to learn something else. A lot of people don't see the value in a mindset coach until they get a mindset coach, and they're like, oh, okay, like it's a different realm. Because I'm gonna be honest with y'all, like, I thank God, like, I don't recommend it at all. I always put this PSA. I don't recommend it. I didn't go see a therapist. I was very afraid to say anything. And I just, that's how we do, cultural wise, like, that's not depression. You can't be depressed about that. You can't be sad about that. So I thank God for keeping me. It was me and God. So I understand mental warfare on a level that is just, my God, it's different. But it was a lot of unbecoming. It was a lot of unraveling. And what we have to understand is, why is mindset so important? Because you have to unravel. You have to fall apart. I say it like this. When I allowed my pieces to fall apart, me and God was able to put the right pieces together, and I got the picture.
Right.
Amen.
Mindset is the foundation to all things change.
Yeah. But we're so afraid to fall apart. And what people don't understand is, you are delaying your destination because you won't fall apart. Just say, I don't got it all together. I don't think right. The people around me, listen, I know I shouldn't be around them, but I don't know nothing different. That's a lot of people's problem, is they're staying where they are because they don't know anything different. So your mind is constantly being affected. Your mentality is all messed up, all jacked up. And my desire for what I do is, I want us to stop having all of these wonderful goals and all these wonderful visions and never seeing it. That does not make sense.
Yes.
Well,
and we had a retreat at Melissa's house back in May, right? And listen, we had to come to that truth moment for ourselves too, where we were asked a question, are you okay? That simple question, right? And most times, especially we as women, we always say we're okay when we're not okay. Well, at this retreat, baby, we broke down. Everybody broke down.
All the way down the scope. It came from I'm okay to I think I am okay. I'm not okay. I think I'm okay.
No.
Okay. Oh no, I'm just not okay. Yeah. You ain't okay either. You're not okay. Well, we all bad.
Yeah. I love
it took you down the road to really realize you have been saying okay all these years because it's the cover up. It's the comfort.
It's the coat. It's the coat. We were told you gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. You gotta keep going. Yeah. Don't. That's what we were taught. We were taught this. Yeah. You can't process. And to that point, it's because they didn't know how. Right. The people, the generation, our parents, they didn't know how. So I can only teach you what I know.
Right.
That's right.
I can only teach you what I know. So I know you ain't got time to fall apart. You got these bills, you got these kids, you got this. You ain't got time to fall apart. And really, the freedom was in falling and saying, I'm not okay. And I need to figure this out. And I need to get control of my emotions because they're jacking me up. And my mind, I think one thing I love is that we have such a powerful tool. No, God didn't create nothing else on this earth with a mind that works like ours.
That's right.
So if it's that powerful, why are we not invested in it?
Yeah.
Everything and I want anybody listening to understand this. It's one thing to say I'm not okay. Don't forget the other part to say, well, how do I fix it?
How do I get better?
We're in a generation where we finally say, I'm not okay, but it's okay. I'm okay with it. I know that's a problem. Oh, I can't stand it. I get on the phone with people, I'll be like, no, it's not okay. It's not cute. It's not okay. It's not beneficial. But we're in a generation where we've now become comfortable with saying, I have a problem. But you can't stop there. How do you fix the problem? How do you go into that mindset detox and reprogramming the mind? Like for me, I say I reset, refresh, and reprogram. Because there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about when you clean your house, then the enemy comes back to see if you put anything in it. That's what a lot of people are doing with mindfulness and meditation. I'm not against it. I'm for it. I think it's great that we came into this self-care era. Awesome. But somebody sold us the lie that self-care solves problems. No, self-care is a lifestyle. It is not a safety net that you throw out when you're drowning.
Yeah.
Well, that's what we've done is, I don't feel good. Okay, because now we're aware, which is great. Okay, shout out to us. Generational awareness.
Woo-woo.
Okay.
Right.
So let me self-care. I'm gonna go to the nail shop. I'm gonna do and then, but once you come out of this SOS, this save me, you're still there because you didn't do that different.
You didn't address the original problem.
Right. You back to the original problem. So self-care is a lifestyle. That should just be a part of what you do. You should always do that. But how are we fixing our mindset issues? That's my thing. Like, how are you really transforming into the next version of you? How are you doing?
Who watching? Who are you hanging out with? Do you have a coach?
Listen, you need a mindset coach for business and for your life. You need somebody there. And I love what I do. It's funny. People like, Aarionna, you spend a lot of time because I understand it. But you need somebody there in the times when you feel broke, when you've broken, when you feel like I can't take it. This business ain't working. I'm about to shut down. My husband getting on my nerves. These kids, I'm about to throw them out the window. I'm tired. I feel like a maid. You need somebody in that moment to say, let's snatch these thoughts back. Let's identify what's going on. What's wrong? Okay, why do you feel this way? Why do you think that way? Understand that whatever you think, Bible said it real clear. This is another mindset that God gave us. Whatever a man thinks, that's so is he.
So is he.
If you just grasp that, your whole life would, listen, every woman or everybody listening, your whole life will change right now if you stop reading the scriptures like they're scriptures and read them as mandates. So you think that's what you are.
Yeah. That's
tomorrow, I guarantee y'all, tomorrow y'all gonna wake up and be like, oh, I ain't thinking that. Nope, that ain't me.
How do you say that? Because one of my, I'm not going to call it a goal. one of the things that I am going to achieve in this lifetime and beyond is extreme wealth. Not because I want to be jet setting across the whole dang world, but because there's a lot of help that I can provide and have impact on by pursuing that.
Mhm.
But on top of that, I see wealth as freedom.
Yes.
Mm.
Yes.
Freedom
Absolutely.
to me is not punching somebody's clock and being able to impact positively those things that I see the biggest problems in.
Yeah.
Whether it be the government, whether it be education, whether it be the prison systems and beyond.
Mhm.
And so I don't have goals. I have visions of things I will accomplish because I know by accomplishing those things that the other things that I want to touch will be I'll be able to put my hands on it.
Yeah.
I'll be able to have that impact. And so I look beyond what's right in front of my face. And sometimes we're not told that when you truly take on that mindset shift that you bring on, if you haven't pre-plugged into an existing tribe, you're going to get lonely for a while.
Mhm.
And it's okay. That's part of the process.
Yeah.
Yes. It is.
Yeah. I call it lonely season. The lonely seasons.
Yeah.
Seasons in your life that you need to experience loneliness because you need to get comfortable with yourself. You need to be able to explore those things that you wouldn't explore when you was around all your friends and everybody's pumping each other up or talking about housewives, some nonsense things, to your point, filling your mind with all the nonsense. But when you get into your own space by yourself, no one else talking to you, no one else with you, now you're left with you and you alone, now you deal with you. So those lonely seasons, and I call them, you have to understand it's a season, and it's not a state of I don't have nobody. It's a state of I'm dealing with me and no one else is around me to deal with me but me.
Mhm.
And then that's where you and God has that conversation on that, because he couldn't talk to you with all the distraction.
Noise. That's right.
Too much noise. We talked about that, right?
It's
And that's that loneliness that then allows you the time to truly take that introspective, to your point, Coach, take that introspective look at yourself so that you can now deal with God on, okay, how do I fix these things?
And then that's the point where you surrender too, right?
Yes.
There needs to be a surrender.
have to.
And how do you do that when you've got all this noise around you? So once you get to that, what you're saying is the alone. I'm not even going to say lonely. I'm going to say alone. That's when he can talk to you and you can really surrender.
Because, to your point, we forget. Yeah, I love that you stand on these scriptures, Coach Aarionna, because, God is a jealous God. To your point, he's not going to battle with your attention.
Yep.
Right.
That's why that season is so important. Because go ahead and stay with your friends, and as long as you stay over there, you don't need me. Go ahead, and that's when we're faking the funk. To your point, Shima, we're pretending. Oh, I'm good, but it's in that season, and I've heard. I know it's alone, but for me, it was lonely. So I needed to call it a lonely season, but I was so appreciative to your point, to what we mentioned even before. We put connotations that lonely is something bad.
Yeah.
Lonely was good.
Yeah.
I may not have liked it. It's just like eating your
But
vegetables.
you learned a lot. You learned a lot.
But you eat that spinach. You know what I'm saying? Because we know what the spinach is going to do for us.
Yeah.
To Tracy's point, she drinks that kombucha. That don't be tasting good, but we know what it's doing. Lonely doesn't feel good, but it's what we need to get into that space.
I intentionally seek quiet now because I realized something these last couple of years in particular. When you have huge blessings coming your way, they're not meant for everybody. And so certain people will be removed from your life and you can't chase them. There's a reason why they're being removed.
Yeah. So I want to ask you, Aarionna, because we have about 5 more minutes to the show. I hate this part of the show, right? I love this show, everybody, but I hate the end. It's always so good. So I want you to leave us with whatever. First, I want you to answer the question, why Freedom Riders? Because we were talking about freedom, right? So why Freedom Riders? And then whatever it is that you want to give to everybody out there for them to remember. And then we're going to talk about, I'm going to just show people how they can connect with you as well.
Okay. So Freedom Riders. First and foremost, the freedom part for me is what I seek to give through what God has anointed me to do. There's a level of freedom that we all deserve to live. Mm-hmm. And when I got out of that depression and I realized who I was and identified my purpose and who God called me to be, that freedom that came with that is unexplainable. Mm-hmm. It was unexplainable. And then the riders is just, I want people who want to ride into freedom. Mm-hmm. Not who want to stay stuck. I want, and if you say I want freedom, then you're a freedom rider. Let's ride it. I will ride through you. It's almost like taking the children of Israel through to the promised land. If you say you want to go, I got you. You're a freedom rider. I'm going to ride the train to freedom with you. And so that's how I came out with Freedom Riders. It really came from that. I felt that, like when I came out, it was like, oh my God, it was such a freedom. And so that's how I got that. The one thing I want to leave, oh my God, one thing, right? That's hard. I will say this. I couldn't come up with any goals or anything. And I got released last night to finally write them. But God gave me a revelation. This is what I want to give. I did a live on it today. So check out my Instagram because it was powerful. But I'm going to give you a piece. It's stop focusing on the destination and focus on the journey. Mm-hmm. Why? If you've seen your destination, when I fired my 9-to-5 last year, I was walking to a coworker's office and God gave me a vision of me speaking in front of a huge stadium of people. I was on stage speaking. And then ever since then, throughout the year that I had left, he would give me visions of speaking and interviews and I would hear myself talking. The destination is not the problem. It is the journey.
Yeah.
The destination is already set. So if you have a vision, and nothing wrong with goals, because I need to be clear on my vision. The goals are milestones. Mm-hmm. But we are so fixated as a generation of people right now. Everything in business, we're so fixated on the destination that because you're not committed to the journey, you'll never get there. The children of Israel didn't get there because they were so fixated on the destination that they did not tap into the journey. And you know why they died? Because they didn't deal with their mindset and their mentality. Their mindset in the wilderness was complaining, and their mentality was to go back to slavery.
Right.
Jacking up your destination. Destination is not the problem. God didn't have to create the promised land when he decided to free them. The promised land was there before they were even thought of. Right. So what I want everybody to understand is all the visions are already there. Yeah. You have to walk it out. Everybody needs to take 2023 and commit to the journey. Yeah. Who do I need to become? What mindset do I need to leave? Because if not, you're going to die out. You wonder why it took you 40 years? Because for the 40 days, you didn't decide to deal with your mindset and your mentality.
Okay.
Come on, girl.
Why are we waiting 5 to 10 years and 20 years to see something from an instantaneous God? And I'm not saying some things don't take time. Big things take time. That promised land took time. But you don't want to get to the wilderness. See, we think the wilderness is bad. That's the journey. That's the journey, baby. Don't get to the journey and die off. Don't get to the journey and take 40 years, make something that was 40 days. You got 365 days. What if you want to blow your mind in the first quarter, but your mindset jacked up? Your mentality stuck in 2022. What if you want to blow your mind in the second quarter? What if the second quarter is the trajectory that changes your whole bloodline? We talk about legacy. You're not ready for legacy if you're not ready to deal with your mentality and your mindset. Yes. You can't leave no legacy with the same mentality. That's why he killed all of them off. Because I don't need this new
girl. Wait, Aarionna.
To have the same mindset and mentality. So he killed them all. Focus on the journey. Yes. I'm telling you.
Well, and we have to. I'm so sad that we have to end the show. I told y'all she was powerful. She's about to start preaching. Come on.
Preaching now. Go ahead. That's the preaching. Yes.
Look, you are going to have to come back.
I would love it.
So listen, everybody. She has a mindset coaching mastery that is happening Now on the 5th, it's going to be happening on the 5th. Her link is on the show page. Click it, get in there. She also has a business mastery mindset going on. Click the link, it's in the page as well. Get in there. You heard how powerful she is. I'm doing the mindset. I can't wait because I already know what I'm going to be bringing to even my clients, right? When I'm just building my own mindset. And listen, I told you, we're into self-development. But when I heard her, I was like, I'm getting in here because I know she got more for me. So, everybody, we unfortunately have to end the show. You have to come back because
I will. Anytime. Y'all let me know. I'm here.
Yes.
I loved it. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are so amazing. Shima, I think I follow you. You do traveling. I'm sorry. I follow you. I found your TikTok and I was like, ooh, I just realized. You're real. You're real. I found your real. But I love you, ladies.
We have to end. Wait, don't go anywhere, Aarionna. Stay around for a couple of seconds. I know stay around for a couple of seconds. Let us just close the show. We love you, everybody. Make sure that you tune into Fem Talk. We are in a new year. You're getting some new stuff. You heard it powerful here today, talking about mindset. Right. We will see you next week. We're going to be talking about health next week. Tune in 8:30 p.m. next week. We appreciate you, everybody, and we're out.